Hey guys, welcome to today's lesson on probability. My name is Mr. Taylor, super glad you could join us. Let's go ahead and get started. I get a lot of people asking me what probability really is. Probability just means how likely an event is to happen. We figure out probability by writing it like a fraction. It's the number of ways that an outcome can occur over the total number of outcomes. Kind of an easy example to think about would be flipping a coin. There's two sides to a coin. That means there's two total outcomes. The number of ways I could flip a tail then, remember there's only one side that's a tail. So the number of ways that this event can occur is 1, and the total number of outcomes is 2. So my probability of flipping a coin that lands on tails is 1 out of 2. Let's try another problem. In a bag, there are 2 red marbles, and 5 orange marbles, and 4 blue marbles. Without looking, what is the probability of reaching in and grabbing one of the red marbles? So remember, probability is the number of ways the event can happen over the total number of outcomes. And y'all, there are 2 red marbles. That's the number of ways that it can happen. There's 11 total marbles. If I added 2 plus 5 plus 4, I get 11. So the probability this event occurs is 2 out of 11. Okay, let's take that same problem and make it a little bit bigger. This time, same 2 red marbles, 5 orange marbles, 4 blue marbles. I'm still going to reach in there and I'm going to try to grab out a red marble. But then I'm going to reach back in and see if I can grab the other red marble. So probability, the number of ways it can happen over the total number of outcomes. Well, the first time I reach in, y'all, that's what we did in the last problem. It's still going to be 2 out of 11. 2 red marbles, 11 total marbles. But what happens this next time I reach into the bag? Are there still 2 red marbles? No. We have one of them in our hand. So the probability of drawing another red marble, there's only one more red marble left in the bag. There's only 10 total marbles left in the bag. So the probability is 1 over 10. Now I want to multiply these 2 probabilities together to make one final answer. So if you watched our video on fractions, we know that to multiply fractions, multiplying fractions, it's no problem, top times top, and bottom times bottom. That's what we do. We multiply straight across the top and straight across the bottom. And I got 2 over 110. Okay, now more than likely, we're going to have to reduce this answer. Since both these numbers are even, they're divisible by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 110 divided by 2 is 55. My best answer here, 1 out of 55. That's my probability. So what about independent events? What happens when those 2 events don't rely on one another? What is the probability that on a standard number cube, dice, you roll a number greater than 4 and you flip a coin that lands on tails? Now y'all, these events have nothing in common. So we're going to look at them separately. So the first thing, a number cube. I want to roll a number greater than 4. Well, y'all, there are 6 sides on a number cube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Only 2 of those numbers are greater than 4. So the probability that I will roll a 5 or a 6 on a standard number cube here is 2 out of 6. I'm going to flip a coin. I don't care what number I roll the first time, it doesn't affect what I flip. Well, you know when you flip a coin, there's 2 sides on a coin. One of those sides is a tail, so the probability that I flip a tail is 1 out of 2. And remember, when you have two separate events, to figure out the probability that both of these occur, multiply them together. Multiplying across the top, we get a 2. Across the bottom, we get a 12. And when I reduce 2 over 12, y'all, it's 1 out of 6. If I try to do this 6 different times, I'm probably only successful 1 time. That's what this means. So some of the things that may show up on probability questions on the TSIA test, you need to be familiar with a deck of cards. You need to remember there are 52 cards in a deck. There are 4 suits in each deck. You have the 2 red suits, hearts and diamonds. And you have the 2 black suits, clubs and spades. Now in each suit, you have 13 cards. You start with the ace, and then you have number cards 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you have your face cards, jack, queen, and king. We already talked about a number cube, or your dice. There's 6 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we've talked about a coin. There's 2 outcomes, heads and tails. And that's probability. And the probability that we are now finished with this lesson, guys, is 100%. So great job today, y'all. Hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and we'll see you next time.